Yep, it's one of those videos. What's that? Dandruff. Gross. Okay, anyways, let us commence with the diet update. I am 170.1. I jumped up like a pound, 1.9 pounds from yesterday. What I ate? A Flying Dutchman burger from In-N-Out. Don't worry, no bun, just cheese and meat and onion. It's literally all it was. My protein chips, the loaded taco flavor from Quest. Then afterwards, I remember I had two of those Catalina Crunch cookies with a cup of coffee and this new nut mix my mom got, which was really good. I think it was called 7 Days Rise and Shine. It was like a mixture of different nuts and seeds, and it also included some dried strawberries and bananas. And it even fit within my daily carb limit, so I was definitely going ham on that. I had 2 string cheeses, and then to top off the day, 4 chicken legs baked. Did I exercise? Well, I did do some swimming, but that's pretty much the extent of it. I was a total bum today, I gotta be honest with you. Now, let's move on to the daily update. Well, it was a day off, and when I got up, I remember I grabbed my phone and I was watching a video about, oh man, what was it? It was about this old, like, Steven Spielberg cartoon from, like, the late 90s called Toonsylvania, and it was basically a show about, I think, like a mad scientist and Frankenstein guy and an Igor guy, and they get in all kinds of hijinks and wacky, silly adventures. Pretty obscure show. I didn't even know it existed until I watched the video, but it looked pretty good in terms of just having the same vibe and feel as Steven Spielberg's other shows he executively produced, like Animaniacs and Freakazoid and Pinky and the Brain. So it had that type of energy going for it. Looks pretty interesting. I probably would watch it if I found it. Apparently the second season is considered lost media though, so there's a lot of episodes that have yet to surface. Well, after watching that, I was getting hungry, so I got up and our family friend was in the living room. She asked me, "Hey, are you hungry?" I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "What do you want to eat?" I'm like, "I don't know. What do you want to eat?" And she said, "Well, I want In-N-Out." I was like, "Well, I guess I could get their protein option in In-N-Out to keep the carbs low." She was like, "Oh, okay." And my sister came in and was wondering what we should eat, and we both agreed on In-N-Out, and she agreed too. So my sister and I went off to In-N-Out. Our family friend gave her the keys. She stayed behind because she's still recovering from a surgery right now. So we drove all the way over, and it was a pretty peaceful trip. Nothing too crazy happened. Picked up the food, and my mom would be getting the Flying Dutchman as well, but my sister would be getting a lettuce wrap, and our family friend would be getting a regular meal, double cheeseburger with the fries and the drink. When we got home, I wanted something to snack on with my Flying Dutchman, so I got my Quest chips out and I poured them over the burger thing. And I mean, it got the job done, but chips and burgers is definitely an unusual combo and something that I totally understand why it's not a staple in restaurants. It just doesn't really sit right. But it was still good. The burger was really nice. I really liked it. It was very creamy and tender and very flavorful. I give it a big thumbs up. Well, after that, I remember pretty much what happened after that. That's a great question. Well, I remember going to my room, and I remember I got bored, so I wanted to take a video game and try to make like a live action version of it using a combination of ChatGPT's O4 image generator and Minimax, because I paid for like a subscription plan and I still have points and I want to use up those points before the plan ends. So I thought a fun way of doing that would be to take a pre-existing video game and make like a live action version of it. So I thought, there's this game I used to play called Mother/Earthbound Zero on the Game Boy Advance. So why not try to take that for a spin? So I spent pretty much the whole afternoon trying to get the perfect frame for the image generator, and then taking that and generating a motion picture off of it using Minimax. And I got one successful shot, and the other shot I am still working on because it just won't really read my cues correctly. It's honestly a real pain to work with, not gonna lie. Well, after that, my mom arrived and she brought food from the grocery store, so I helped unpack it with her, and my sister helped unpack it too. She brought a lot in, I brought some in, and we had our food ready to rock and roll in the fridge. Then afterwards, I continued working on my project, but then I got bored of that, so wait. I almost forgot to mention, after eating breakfast with the Flying Dutchman burger, I did get 2 Catalina Crunch cookies, a cup of coffee, and then I went into my room to watch a new Area 52 video on a man who apparently got served pancakes from 2 aliens that looked like Italian dudes. I know that sounds super goofy and memey when you say it out loud, but that's genuinely apparently what happened. And as I was listening to that, I was playing the game Time Splitters 1 on my PlayStation 4 through emulation. Yeah, so that was fun. And then I helped Mom unpack the groceries with my sister, and then I worked on the Earthbound Zero live action adaptation AI thing. Alright, well, and then when I got bored of that, I went out of my room. My mom and my sister were swimming outside, so I decided to swim with them in the pool. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. Then I got out, dried myself, put on some dry clothes, and my sister wanted to show me and my mom and our family friend this red heifer video. Apparently there's like a guy who thinks that the end of the world is coming because there were some people who sacrificed like a red heifer in like a location. Yeah, it was certainly something, that's for sure. And then we watched some Casual Geographic on the TV, and that was a lot of fun. I like that YouTube channel a lot. Afterwards, our family friend was actually cooking dinner as we were in the pool, and the food was ready to go. I set the clock before I got in the pool, not the clock, the heat. And then when we got out, the chickens could be put into the oven to get cooked. And that took a good 50 minutes. And when that was ready to go, we had that. We each got 3, but my sister couldn't finish one, so I ate hers, so I had 4. Oh, and while we were waiting for the chickens to cook after getting out of the pool, I was pretty darn hungry, so I got some cheese mozzarella sticks, and those were pretty good. Then afterwards, I decided to go into my room and continue working on that little AI short film thingy. And as I was doing that, there was some disagreements happening in the hallway, so I wanted to see what was going on. My sister was having some issues, and I couldn't really help her out, so I said, well, I don't know what I can do, so I'll just go back in my room because I don't know what to say or how to address this issue, because it seems like it's something that only you can work with. So that's what I did, and I pretty much stayed in my room and went on my phone and watched a TV show called The Good Family, which was like a late 2000s show created by Mike Judge, the guy behind Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill. And it was apparently an obscure late 2000s show that only got 1 season, but it's actually a pretty funny show. I was watching through the first episode and I thought it was pretty hilarious. I really enjoyed it. Got a few yucks out of it. Yeah. And then afterwards, I got out of my room. I had a nice long conversation with our family friend and my mom. Then I decided to get ready for bed, so I took my vitamins, I brushed my teeth, and now I'm recording this update before going to bed. So that's pretty much the day. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of yours, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.